valuable. This is valuable information you're saying here. It's this. We're at a pivotal time in our history and our life right now, so we don't have time to mess around. So when I get to someone who's really sick and they can reach out to me because they need support, they need encouragement, they need guidance, I'm going to ask them, do you want to
Yeah.
live or do you want to live or do you want to die? We got to get down to brass tacks. Will you do whatever it takes? Will you be open to a new
Yeah.
possibility you might have missed before, but it could save your life? I mean, you have to get tough on them. Sometimes you got to do that.
I love what you're saying. I love this because this is inspiring for me. It just gives me more courage and strength and determination to just come out with it. And I really see that now because look, potentially somebody I love so much is suffering right now when I could have said to her, right, are you willing to just try something small? I think she would have been willing to. The worst thing about it is because she was open to it and she'd heard about it, I honestly believe she would have been open to it. So I'm kicking myself, but now I'm on the case. I'm on the case.
Vienna, remember to ask them, do you trust me?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
if you've established trust, you're
Yeah.
almost all the way through. You got to
Yes.
open up,
Yeah.
open up in the mind for them to take it in.
Yeah, totally. And again, as I said before, because I'm embodying, I'm living proof of majority of things I'm trying to incorporate in my day. And I know how good it makes you feel. It uplifts you in a way like no other. No drug in the world could ever do this for you. Nothing.
Right.
Apart from your own holy water. That's it. Maybe you might get initial high from something, but then you're down.
It doesn't maintain, right?
Yeah. Alexis. Oh, we can see her, but we can't hear her.
Hi, guys. Can you hear
Hey.
me?
There she
Yay.
is.
Oh, hi there.
Welcome.
Hey there.
Star,
You okay?
Star may not make
Yes.
it this morning,
Oh, okay.
so we're waiting for Pian and Mika
Okay.
if they make it. If not, we're already started.
Awesome. Well, I just got off of a really long phone call with my internet service. I'm having some technical difficulties here. So if I'm having to do this on the phone because I have way better service on my phone for some reason. So it's doing that thing where I can't see everyone, just one person at a time. Yeah.
Are you talking about on Zoom calls or this one?
Well, just know all my devices I'm having issues with. Our internet speed here has gone way down. So I had to call, and you know how that goes, stay on hold for a long time. And
yeah, we had the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the same. It's a nuisance.
It is. It
Lovely
is.
to see you, hippie chick.
Well, I did what you said, Vienna. I washed my hair last night exclusively with my water.
Yeah.
Left it in overnight, and it looks like it's going to need a little time to adjust. It's like a hot mess.
I was just thinking how lovely it looks. What a beautiful color it looks.
Oh,
it looks soft to me.
I mean, yeah, it's not too bad. It's just that I have to adjust my my oils.
It's probably
I think
a mental thing as well. It takes a bit of time because you are still conscious. Because I told you for a few days, I kept smelling it. You keep smelling it.
Yeah.
Does it smell?
No, it's not the smell. It just looks like when I mean, if I were to take this cap off, I would scare everyone away from the call. So I'm just trying to.
No, I know what you mean. Hence mine's plaited. I know what you mean. But one day I will unleash it on the last class. Just go wild.
I want to see. Yeah.
The crazy thing was I used to be so well groomed because when I was in London, I was born in London and lived in London majority of my life. I was actually a personal shopper, like a fashion advisor. So people used to come to me for advice about dressing and all sorts of occasions. And so I was suited and booted and I had to look immaculate. And then I had a business where again, it was very high end. I was an eyebrow artist. And a master, so people used to travel for miles again. So I was very well groomed, not a hair out of place. smelt beautiful. And now I don't brush my hair. I do in the shower. I'll just try, if I'm washing it, to just get the knots out. But then I just leave it. I like it raw and quite wild now. I quite like that look. But I know that, like you, I don't want to scare anybody.
Vienna, you ooze charm and elegance. You cannot take that away.
Oh,
right. Yes, you look lovely.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. But it makes me laugh when I think about my previous clients, because if they saw me now, I'm just so different. I'm free. That's what
Right.
Shivambhu has done for me.
Yes.
It's liberated
true.
me.
Yeah.
All right, here
It's a
comes Pierre.
definite freedom.
For all of us who are maintaining our Shivambhu high, congratulations. Oh, by the way, you guys all knew about this guy, right? The hideaway cup.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I'm going to show you what I discovered back in old school, like 4 years ago. That thing had not showed up in my attention, but these things are out on the market. These
What are
cups,
Oh
they?
yes.
you see,
Yes.
and they turn into a cup.
Oh,
Like
Are
little
they-
I
camper
like
cups.
that.
Or they shrink down into something you carry on your person somehow.
It's not big
Oh, that's
enough,
so
though,
cool. I
realistically,
know.
It's not big enough, and
in emergency.
yeah. So since then, this came out on the market, and the one you guys have been using, it's just been perfect.
I love that.
Yes. Yeah, I use mine all the time.
Mm.
I have like 4, and there's, and they're all in some way being used.
What do you pack in your car? Your backpack,
One
your
of
car, your glove box. Do you have jars stored places?
Well, I have the collapsible cups in I have them in my car, one in my purse. I use one in my bathroom.
I'm literally late, as
So-
usual.
Yeah, one for
You're
backup.
definitely, Alexis, you're definitely not a newbie.
No.
No.
The newbies takes a while to get all their devices collected.
Right. Yeah. Not newbie, but I mean, October's, again, this is a return to the knowledge. So I did it once before in probably 2013 or 14, but I wasn't a devotee like I am now. So this has only been since October. So I still feel like a newbie for sure.
Isn't it weird that you say that, and yet you've been doing it? You've done it before. Like, you did it years ago, so you did dip in and out of it, and then you started in October. So to me, like, I'm like, wow, you've been doing it in October. Like,
8 months.
for me, even though I've been doing it since the end of January, I can't remember not doing it, if that makes sense. It just feels just normal to me. And I also thought I have to be careful, because I look at people not in a judgmental way, because I think, well, hang on, you used to be like that, but when they eat like a lot of breakfast, and I'm thinking, how can you eat that in the morning and not chewing it properly? I'm like, oh, your poor tummy, what are you doing? So yeah, it's just like, it's weird how the shift, when you can look at other people, and it's almost like alien-like in their behavior. Not judging.
Well, I look at food very differently now. I definitely fast usually until about 4. The only thing I will eat, if anything, is fruit. If I am going to eat anything, if I feel hunger, it'll be something raw. And then I'll have a vegan meal at like 4 or 5 o'clock. But yeah, I no longer look at food the way I used to, and it's a freedom. Like you said, I feel so much freer to not feel tied down to those 3 meals a day and snacks, and
crazy, isn't it, how we were enslaved to it, and yet you couldn't see that conditioning with those 3 meals. Oh yeah, I've got to have breakfast, I've got to have lunch, and I've got to have dinner. But why have you? And I used to get hangry. Do you know what hangry is?
Oh, all the time. Me too. Yeah.
Wow. People couldn't come near me. Oh my God, I hadn't eaten. I was like, I'm hangry. Like, just get out of my way. It was really bad. I'm ashamed.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of my behavior.
We've all had the hangry bitch come out of us.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
But here's the question: And I know we've all been programmed by the food industry. We've all been programmed by media and medical and blah, blah, blah. Why do you think food has become our lifeline? Why do we look at, a lot of people look at food as a life or death situation? What
Oh,
else?
we're addicted. It's an addiction. It's another
Yeah.
addiction, isn't it?
It's a ridiculous
Definitely.
addiction, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you plan it and you look for, oh, what am I going to eat tonight? Oh, if there's two of you, oh, should we have a cake? Or should we have this? Or should we have that?
Right.
You know, I have a terribly sweet tooth, and I've got to come out the closet here. I do still eat chocolate, but dark chocolate. I do, yeah. It's a
Okay.
girly thing, I think. It is a bit girly. But I had a hideous sweet tooth. My mum and dad had a sweet shop, and I used to eat about 8 bars of chocolate a day. I mean, I was just on the scale with sweetness. I'm surprised I wasn't diabetic, insulin everywhere, but I don't know. It's incredible that I'm not really. And yet now I just have a bit. You know, maybe at the weekend I might have a couple of bits, but not like I was before. And lots of cakes. I was so addicted to sugar. It's unbelievable. It's quite
Wow.
shocking.
All
To
right,
see-
Doc, take a breath. This is not
Yeah.
food addiction. This is not Addicts Anonymous. Come on.
I love it. That's so funny.
When I went
I'm right
to the
there with
water
you,
once
though.
in
But it's good
2018.
to be, in a way, Brother
Yes, it
Sage. It's good to have that, to know that I can understand what somebody else is going through, and like, if I can do it, wow, then anyone can do it. Honestly, that's
Yeah.
how I feel. That's how I feel.
Well, those people are going to keep showing up all the time, and you got to sometimes. I find I have to take a stand because they're playing the poor me violin story, and you may not want to get caught up in the pity party.
No,
So you know, sometimes you got to step in on that one.
I've got a lot of love and compassion, but no pity. No pitying around here. Yeah, a lot of love, a lot of support, a lot of guidance. But yeah, no pitying, no. What do you want to do? Do you want to feel good? Do you want to feel internally good? Do you want to feel healthy? Do you want to feel amazing? Do you want to feel reborn? The list goes on and on. You
It
know,
does.
but if you want those things, then it's small little baby steps and little sacrifices need to be made. What's happened to Pian? We can't see her, we can't hear her.
You can't see her,
I'm
but if
here.
you go,
I am here.
Oh, hey.
Hi, I am here. I'm in the kitchen.
I've been feeling a way to step on the camera. Listen, if we bring out the PN will show up. So get your glass. Let's do a communion.
I'm traveling light.
Oh.
What is that? Is that glass or plastic?
It's plastic.
Good, because
Unfortunately.
Shivambhu is more powerful than plastic. We knew that part. Oh, look at that. Are you going to have a goblet or was something special?
Oh, I had to
It's
go.
not my friend's. It's my friend's glass, you see, and she's
Very
not a
nice.
pea drinker.
That looks like a pint of beer, Pian.
A bit dehydrated, a lot of coffee during travel.
Oh, bless you.
All right. Well, she's going to stay awake during the class. Not a problem. So here's our holy water. This is the water of Shiva, also known as the blood of the Lord. It has sustained humanity for over 5,000 years of recorded history, probably since the beginning. And for all the people who have been the keepers of the secret, we're not silent about it. So thank you for your courage and your commitment to share what you experience with this water and to give people a chance to reclaim their health. Blessings.
Bless you.
Amen.
Wow. 1 hour. Good year. So
That's funny.
let's do a quick wrap up of the wisdoms really quick. We've got time to keep carrying on here. By the way, the Oceanside, California retreat is in full swing now. We posted the date, the dates, the cost, the schedule, and everything's on except the venue. So if anybody wants to pre-register, we're opening up for that. Meanwhile, I have an organizer in Mount Shasta and talked to Tuche and Elijah about setting some up in New York.
Amazing.
Oh, that would be
Love
amazing.
that.
North Carolina people could come up.
Yes, I'm not far. Quick little, I took a trip to New York not too long ago. Very quick flight. Definitely. Just have to keep me posted.
I will. I have a graphics designer who's building all our flyers and promos. She's out in San Diego. And I just spoke to a guy this morning. I'm not sure how this is going to play out, but I've been pumping out a lot of these training classes and putting them on YouTube. So I asked him if he could review the videos of the classes, trim out all the good parts, splice it together, and then we can market it as pay-per-view. And I get a break from these classes.
Well deserved break.
So there's a lot going on in my life, and things are happening with publishers, and the reason I bring it up because I know some people are into struggle, and that's an old paradigm that we can drop anytime we want and trust and let the flow happen. And that's when you start feeling, wow, you're in the middle of miracles and grace because things are happening without you fighting it.
Yes, that's very true.
You
Absolutely.
learn that with the water because the water flows. It doesn't back up. So let's not back up, okay? I'll drink to that.
Awesome.
All right, somebody mentioned one of the Shivambhu wisdoms and explain how it works.
That it's an intuitive medicine. And that means that each and every one of us individually should go inward for what we need and how much we need and when we should drink and all of that. Is that somewhat correct? Okay.
Close enough. It's an intuitive medicine, which means each person has their own guidance system called intuition that they can go to for understanding and for guidance, etc. And that takes you off the hook. Instead of going, well, this is my advice. You don't know what they should do, but you can give them lots of great suggestions. We want to empower people.
Yes. Amen.
All right, number 2. Shivambhu is a alchemical process. It alchemizes or sterilizes anything it touches. And I hope you'll get that one because a lot of people are concerned about this bacteria and this virus and this pathogen and germ and parasite, blah, 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 showing up in their body and wondering if they're the exception that it won't work. The body doesn't have exceptions, guys. That's all in our head. It's the same when people come up to you and they think they've got the one disease that nobody's figured out how to heal yet. That means there's exceptions to the incurable product called water. Number 3, it works regardless of your considerations. It's a universal panacea. Anybody have an idea what that means?
Doesn't matter if you're male, female, old, young, animal, mineral, whatever you are, it's going to work.
I'm the one you need.
Go, or if you're a baker in the kitchen. Wonderful, yeah. So it has an intelligence of itself. It's up to us after several rounds and several weeks and several months. See, this is where it doesn't matter, Alexis. When you get this running the show, it's guiding your regeneration. It's guiding your ability to stay calm and present and to be the best you. Boy, that takes the heat off of you.
Yes. I love that.
As well as I like to see us be able to get rid of our concerns and our considerations and our doubts. What about that? My whole talk in the last 2 days on my live streams is about everything's in divine order, means everything is in divine order. Somehow our mind has decided what's not in divine order and where we're fucked up. I'm going, what? So we just have to realign with perfection or divinity, whatever you want to call it.
Absolutely. Where are these principles in the book, Brother Sage? Are they in the manual?
They're either in the manual or for sure they're coming out in the new Healing Water from Within book handbook.
Okay.
Which should be published anytime now. Matt Senna's doing the last reviewing of it out there in Montana. And once he gets it to me, we're going to upload it and publish it and get the word out.
Okay.
All right. Shivambhu is an evolutionary activated living water. Tom, what does that mean?
Would you repeat that again? It's a
Shivambhu
revolutionary?
Is an evolutionary activated living water.
Well, how do I explain that?
That's the question.
Well, it's alive. I don't know. It's kind of like with, I guess one of the things I wanted to add that goes along with the intuitive. I always think of the, and I've read about this too, the urine analysis and how the doctors use that to determine exactly what's going on in our bodies. And I think this therapy allows us to kind of cut out the middleman, and it's that feedback without needing the doctor. We're getting that feedback, and so I don't know. That's the best I can do to explain it.
That works. That works. And you brought up a good point, because I had this talk with Tuche last night. She was a little bit thrown off because people are trying to get her to get zeolite and some other products for her health. And she says, well, you know what? People have been saying they've been finding mercury and heavy and metals and stuff inside the urine. Shouldn't that be an indication they shouldn't do urine therapy? I said, listen, they're using the wrong devices to measure in the first place. They're trying to determine if an isolated little teeny particle that's inside 3,000 components is going to take you out, is going to be a threat to you. I'm going, the other thing is the body uses those things as aggravates. Is that I say it right? They aggravate. They're aggravates, and they use the information to build antibodies to heal you from those things in your body. Right? So they use the enemy to heal themselves, or they use the poisons to create remedies. So
right. It's kind of how we came up with vaccines, probably. It's just what our body does naturally, right?
Right. And so
No.
You want to think about that when people are coming at you with information that they can't figure it out, because the doctors are not using the right kind of devices to measure it. And they're using an old model, which is the medical model. So how can they know what we know?
Agreed.
Right.
They don't drink their pee. They're off. All right. Thank you, Tom. All right. The next one is, what is saturation dosing, and how is it superior to just drinking the Shivambhu?
It heals up the process faster. It starts getting things moving and working much quickly by saturating the areas that are in need of healing.
Right, and there's one more component to it. If you're doing saturation dosing before you get sick.
Oh yeah, I've forgotten the word.
It's preventative, I guess.
That's the word, preventative. Yeah.
It's like health insurance.
Yeah.
Except you get better premiums.
Yeah.
You get PMs. That's not, no, that didn't work. That did not work. Sorry.
Yes, remember, you can spin it with the word P or orin or whatever you want. Okay.
Yeah.
Good effort. Good effort.
I tried, yeah. Whatever.
It does seem crazy that people will wait until something life-threatening happens to them before acting. Doesn't it seem bizarre?
It does. Yeah. And like so many things, we're taught the opposite of the way it works. Now, here's a question for you. If you wake up one day and there's no pain in your body, and there's no stiffness in your joints, and there's no hurting anywhere in your body, would you notice it and celebrate it? Because usually people don't do that. They go, I notice that my back doesn't hurt. I notice that I can move better than before. I mean, where are we putting our attention?
Yeah, so true.
Yep.
Or our friends who they replay the painful memories because they can't get their pain body to stop hurting them.
Yeah, I try to at least take 5 minutes a day to be grateful and be consciously grateful of my health, which is my wealth, and everything else that is going on in my life, so that I don't forget. Because less than a year ago, I was in a very dark place, not only in my health but my mental mind and my spirit, my spiritual life. So to have such a transformation with UT and that be a free and God-given, sacred right that we all have, it makes me super grateful, super humble, to this process always.
Yeah, totally agree with you there. Me too. Every day I say all the things I'm grateful for, and for the planet, for Gaia, Mother Earth, for all the people, everything, and just so grateful just to breathe, to be alive, to smile, to be healthy. That is wealth, isn't it? And just to be living in this beautiful world, and to have the opportunity to help others to do the same. So really exciting.
Yeah. Agreed, my sister. Agreed.
Attitude is the attitude that takes you to a higher latitude.
Yeah, it does.
So let's grab a book.
Yes, let me grab my book. I'll be right back. One second.
Grab a book. Grab a book. By the way, this is white ormus gold.
Oh,
Guys, if you ever
wow.
want to experiment this, you get your ore and you put it in an open jar and leave it in the sunlight. I left mine in the windowsill.
Yeah.
And it takes a week or two, and then it dries, and then you have the small little white powder right there.
Wow.
Right? And some people think that's the transformative or alchemical white powder of gold or ormus gold that everybody's been seeking for millennium.
Oh, I'm going to try that.
And then some people say it's just a whole lot of stem cells and white cells, but I think the mystery part of it is a whole lot of fun.
Exciting.
All that glitters is not gold.
Spoken like a true golden. All right.
There does seem to be a lot of research that could be done still, especially when it comes to evolved urine. Like, I want to know exactly what that is,
Yeah.
not that it matters. I believe in it already, but just for peace of mind and to tell others, because they're like, what's her name? You've been trying to get an interview set up with her for a long time.
Monica.
Oh, yeah.
Monica, she mentioned something on one of hers. They were using some aged or evolved orin, and I think she put some on her plants or something, like just the powdery, like what you just showed.
Yeah, powder.
And the plants didn't live. I don't know, but they were dying already, and she just used the powder, and then she used orin on the other ones. The other ones lived, and those did not. But I don't know. I hear the nitrogen levels super high with that, and that can burn the plants up and kill them as well. When it's too high in nitrogen. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all. I want more information. Is really the bottom line.
Well, if you're willing to do the deep dive, go right ahead.
I would absolutely do it. I just not science educated, so.
That's not required. Just the right questions for the right people.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping to meet some scientist that I can go into business with. Do y'all know Amanda Vollmer? I know you do.
I do. She's the one who got me back into UT.
Ah, okay. Well, she was pretty much who got me introduced the term even. I was like, whoa, what is that? But we need I think we need an Amanda Vollmer for the States, because have you ever ordered anything from her? Have you ordered anything?
But I know she's in Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes months, and it's pretty expensive too, but that's beside the point. But we need one of her, more natural stuff. I would love to do that too. I need a science. So are you a science person, Alexis?
I have never been a science-minded person at all. I wish I were. I don't understand a lot of it, but I'm a researcher. I know that, and I am a
Right.
truth seeker, so I'm constantly reading about science and trying
Right.
to wrap my head around it. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
But
Me too.
Amanda's amazing. She really is.
How do you spell her name? Because I've not heard of her. How do you spell her surname?
Well, you can find her
A-M-E.
on yummydoctor.com.
Thank you.
Yummy. Yeah, YUMMY doctor.com. And her last name is VOLMER, I believe.
Oh, thank you. And she's in Canada, did you say?
Yep.
Yes, she's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Like there's an interview with her and Megan. Megan took Brother Sage's class.
Oh, yeah.
McDonald, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
That interview is great. I think you would really, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
No, that's with Kate. Is that with Kate? It was with Kate Stillman. I'm sorry. You guys were talking
okay.
about her.
Oh, yes. Okay. I want to still research Kate. I have not looked into her stuff yet.
All right,
Yeah.
Tom, I'm gonna hook you up with a gal named Fiona. She took one of my classes a while back, and she uses a high-powered zoom magnification microscope that can
Yeah.
go down to like 50 to 100 magnification. And she was zooming in on urine samples, and she found this whole crystalline world inside urine crystals.
Wow.
And her
Wow.
mind is in that science world, so maybe you guys can work on something.
Wow.
I like that. I
Amazing.
like that
Yeah.
a lot.
You know, also Kate Stillman's been asking questions about more research on aged urine, and several people are wanting to dig into that research anyway. So maybe you guys will meet.
I would love
Yes.
that. I would love that. Yeah. I like Kate's approach. She's very sciencey approach as well. That's why there's that urine metabolome. Have you guys heard of that from, I think it's a Canadian website. They've
What are they about?
like, I have it downloaded on my phone. Like there's up to like 4,000 constituents they've discovered in urine now. Something like that.
Can you type in the chat what that is?
You know, I'm using a phone.
Can you
Like
spell
I was it's urine metabolome. That's all I know. Like I think if you put that in Google, you'll find a Canadian website.
I don't know if that's how you spell it.
Metabolome. I think it's
Yeah.
OME.
Oh, yeah.
But
I can see you doing that, Tom. You've got the mind for it, and I can really see you've got the determination to do that, to seek it out and find out. I can see you doing that.
well, thank you. I would like to do that. That would be wonderful. And I think we need to have, just to mention, because I think you mentioned something about our group here and not wanting it to end, because I feel the same exact way. Like we should come up with a group that we can meet once a week or something.
I was going to suggest that, actually. I'm so glad you brought that up. So before it ends, let's just do something. If whoever wants to, no one's forced to.
Yeah, right.
If we would like to, I would love that, because we can support each other then.
Yes.
It'd be nice to have someone to talk to, like, especially if you have got clients or something's happening, other people that understand the golden.
Yes.
Oh,
We already have a Telegram group with 17 members of all my students. So you
Marco's joke.
Oh, great. Okay.
I'd love that. I'd also like to keep our little group going.
Yes.
I love our little group.
Do you want
Yeah.
Deanna, do you want to put something together? You want to put something together on a social media platform and let everybody know? Is that what you have in mind?
Are we ready for that?
Well, we're ready for that.
You two have to come out of the pee-pee closet first. That's to do something that big.
Actually, I think together we're stronger. Together, we're a unified, strong team. And I'm willing to go for it. I'd like our own private one first till I'm ready to. I think, as we qualify, I think I'm more and more ready all the time. And after what happened today with I don't know if you was on, Alexis, but 2 people where I work had a stroke. One who I'm really fond of, and in a nutshell, it will be on the recording. I just feel that I regret not vocalizing more about what I'm doing, because I really believe she was open-minded enough to actually listen to it and maybe start doing something, even if it was small. So yeah, so I'm my new motto, my intention now is not to hesitate. I feel it in my heart. I want to just say it and share it. So whatever you guys are interested in doing, I would love to just join in and keep that going, whatever that is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to
That'd be great.
volunteer. We're going to volunteer you, Vienna, as the alpha.
Oh,
My screen
leader.
back.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll go for it. Just tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it.
Yeah, set up a group on whatever social media platform is usable by everybody.
Okay, I'm not a bit of a technophone, so I've kind of self-taught with this, but I can try. And if I need help with anything, I'll ask someone.
All right, is everybody on Telegram
Yes.
or Instagram or Facebook?
I've got Telegram. I mean, I don't really use it that much, but if you guys are on it, I will definitely use it. I've got all of those avenues, but whichever one you would like to use, I'm more than happy to go with.
Well,
And we can just set up another Zoom call, once a week for a little
Right.
while.
Yeah,
That's what I
I
was
like
thinking.
that. That's what
Yeah.
I was thinking too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
cool.
right, Vienna, get a Zoom account.
Okay, I have got one, I think.
That
Yeah,
was-
okay, cool.
That does it really well, because otherwise I was thinking if you're going to do social media and it's like a Facebook or something that has a platform where you can do a video conversation like this, because a lot of them are limited to one person or two people at a time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, no, I
know,
think
that's
we'll stick with the
what's
Zoom
fascinating.
calls if that's good for everybody else.
Yeah.
We'll do that, and then we'll get Mika and also Star, all of us.
Yeah, where are those ladies today? Are they busy?
Yes, they have other things going on, and they
Aw.
sent their regrets.
Hi guys, I need help. Can Brother Sage, can you kick me out? Can you get me out so I can come back in, please? Got prob.
Consider it done. Oh, I've always wanted to be the teacher who kicks someone out of class. You guys
She must have Swedish chefed her way into got some flour in the lines or
did
something.
you see her with the rolling pin?
They had the
Yeah.
roller pin working. I saw it.
Yeah. That's
All
funny.
right, let's do some reading. Let's do some reading. Samuel Cohen is back in England with his teacher Kelly Raw, and they did a nose drinking YouTube the other day, but for some reason, I guess my mind hasn't got there yet. They like to drink wine up the nose.
Weird. I find that weird.
It is, but we're not from Israel and India, so who knows?
Oh, is that where they're from? Is it? Okay.
Well, Samuel's from England, but he spent the last 3 years in Goa, India.
Okay.
And he met his
Oh.
guru, Kelly Ra, who was originally from England. And they got reunited and they did a celebration nose drinking. And I watched that for years. I'm going, okay, I get it. I'm happy with Orin up the nose, but they were drinking carrot juice and they were drinking coconut water. Then they pulled out the wine. I'm going, you're going to get a bigger buzz than Shivambhu?
Yeah, I always feel so warm and fuzzy after a little bit of wine, so I can't imagine snorting it up the nose. How warm and fuzzy they feel then. Wow.
Yeah, if you can find
Gotta
your
be
body.
something
I
else.
don't know how that works.
A headache. It just sounds. Ooh.
It does.
Yeah.
Even the ones without sulfites. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Gosh.
On page 85, we'll wait for P and see if she makes it back. But we're going to keep going. Did you have any question about his practice?
What,
Well,
drinking through the nose?
I would just
Samuel
have to
Cohen.
research what he does a little bit. I've only seen him recently come on the scene with Harry because I follow Harry's stuff, but
Right.
I've
they
never
got
seen. Yeah.
They
I've
got
never seen him.
reunited. They never really met in person.
Right. Yeah, that was
But
interesting.
he put out this ebook a couple of years back, and I called him the nose drinking guru. He put out this free ebook called drinkingthroughtheNose.com, and it lasted for about 3 years, and then it was taken down, that website. But he recently published it as a book on Amazon, Drinking Through the Nose. And so he
It was
learned
taken down. Like it wasn't his decision.
I don't know how it disappeared. It might have been him. Maybe he didn't
Oh,
pay his domain account. I don't know.
oh, okay, I gotcha.
Who knows? So Kelly was his influence for learning how to drink through the nose. That's
Mm,
how he learned it. And they were both in a yoga spiritual path together. So it was a perfect matchup, these two guys.
that's awesome.
And so he's influenced me. He influenced Harry. He's influenced a whole lot of people.
Wow.
And for a guy in a spiritual path, he does a pretty good rap song. I mean, he came on stage in India and he did a rap song. I thought, oh, that's gutsy for you. That's great. So
Yeah.
this is his story, and I'm just going to read a little bit of it on page 88, just so you get a little feel for him. Allowing the Holy Spirit on the bottom of the page 88. Allowing the Holy Spirit to be my guide has been a continual source of nourishment and a way to stay connected or stay centered. According to Samuel, it is impossible to get a cold when you constantly drink Orrin through the nose. That makes a lot of sense because the mucus is going to be broken apart and your brain's going to wake up, blah, 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 your breathing passages. Oh, by the way, when you clear out your sinuses, your resonance of your voice improves. When you clear out your lungs, and you ever wondered why you couldn't sing? Well, if you've got no congestion in mucus and stuff in your lungs and in your sinuses, it changes your voice box.
Oh, I love that because I used to sing and I really want to start singing again. So I'm going to go for it.
Yeah, do, because you're able to hit ranges that you couldn't before, and you're able to hit notes and pitches. And
Wow.
it's a joy to be able to actually hear yourself sing like you should be singing.
Amazing.
So that's the snorting up the nose. You can feel under the weather, but page 89, one drink up the nose and any clouds start to evaporate. As Pian proved that if you boil it outside your backyard, the chemtrails go away. I thought that was great. That's for you, Pian, wherever you are. I take a cup with me everywhere. If I have to go to the bathroom, I take it with me. Close the door, collect my water, and drink through the nose. You feel like Superman. You're going to go in a phone booth and do something nobody knows, and it's a secret. Now, the elixir through the nose is a vital part of purifying one's waters, keeping you youthful, feeling protected, joyful, and in bliss. We hope that you can embark in this special journey of self-discovery. Bon voyage, Samuel. Nasal wash works well with the use of a neti pot to flush nasal sinuses or nasal cavities from side to side, I would add. The intestines in the body also contain a secondary set of sinus portals, and they are in charge of keeping the brain clean. That explains why people oftentimes refer to the intestines as your second brain or your gut.
Oh, yes.
And that's where we
Interesting.
have gut feelings.
Yeah.
And they are in charge of keeping the brain clean. Sinus problems, headaches, and congestion are easily remedied when Orrin nasal flushes and navel soaks. Other nasal methods that you'll receive great benefit include sniffing from the palm of your hand, sniffing an Orrin-soaked finger in each nostril, using a squirt bottle or a small 3-ounce enema tube rubber bulb. The reason I brought up the finger is because I realized this morning. Now I keep a little container from last night in the medicine cabinet. So boom, when I'm done using the toilet, I open up the medicine cabinet, and you can start knocking out protocols. Well, if you don't have a washcloth, if you don't have any container, your fingers work great. Your palm of your hand works great. Here's your washcloth, right?
Yeah.
Here is your cotton ball. You know, it's pretty simple after a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey,
Totally.
I have a question. What connection is the nasal to the teeth? I don't know. When I do the evolved Orrin, I do droppers in the nose, and it's pretty intense, to
Oh, yeah.
say the least. But I feel it in my teeth. Like, I don't know, like, you know how biting into like ice cream or something, you know, that cold in your front teeth, like
Sensitivity.
it's
Like
very
sensitivity,
sensitive,
yeah.
very sensitive. I don't know, it's really strange. I mean, once I get over the pain, I just notice it in my teeth. Do you know, is there a connection with all of that?
You may be the discoverer. I'm not sure because I'm not I don't know the anatomy
Holy
that
cow.
thorough, but there may be either portals and passageways or
Mm.
membranes or something that intersects it.
There
I
must
would
be.
think there would be. Yeah, it's got to
Yeah.
be.
It makes sense. It's all right there, right? Yeah.
There's another
Yeah.
research project for you, Tom.
Mike, I need to calm
I'm
down.
the
on you.
science
Whoa.
guy.
You're going to be busy, Tom.
Yeah.
Right.
He's going to be the pee doctor. We're gonna
Yeah. That's
All right,
funny.
bottom of page 89. We finished it up. You could use a squirt bottle, enemy, or whatever. So I'm not going to go through these nose drinking versions here, but there it is. You can read it when you get a chance. And he was talking of various ways you can drink it up the nose. I might have taught you about how Samuel was teaching and how you can hold orin in your mouth while you're drinking through one of your nostrils, and that forces everything to come up in behind the nose passageway down the throat. And I kind of like it. Seems a lot easier. Just like you're pouring it down and may make it through that passageway and may drip down another direction, but that way you force it to go where you want it.
Yeah.
But just keep playing that. You might make up something that works that no one's figured out yet. Like standing on your head.
I
Right.
love that. I love that one. I love it.
I so want to see that video.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Not now, but I will do it. I promise you. I need someone to video it because I did it and I did different postures on my head.
You're like the Cirque du Soleil for pee drinkers. I love it. Yeah.
So I'm gonna, yeah, because it feels so good. It really feels so good, you know. And it doesn't matter if you can't balance on your head, you know. As Brother said, so you can lay down on your bed and do it. But if you can do a little handstand, as well, and I do a few different poses, it feels great. I do it for about 10 minutes if I can, and it feels amazing. Love it.
I can
Well-
see you upgrading to having some of those hanging tapestries like pink, and you're doing your little swirl down the tapestry while you're you're dropping the
I
pee
would
into
love
your
to do
eyes.
that. Oh, you're giving me ideas, Alexis. Yeah.
Right?
Thank
Wouldn't
you.
that be lovely?
Well, what about those swings that people used to? They'd wrap their legs around it and they would flip over inside the swing.
That's
and
what
their
they
head
are.
would be
They're kind of like tapestry swings, and there's two of them,
Yeah.
and
material.
yeah, it's like material. It's really cool.
Or even do it on a pole. Never thought about
Oh
that.
well,
Oh, here we go.
A new
Right.
spin on pee pole dancing.
All right, they made me to contact a girl named her name is T Poo. She's a water sister in she's either Vietnam or Thailand who does
Oh.
pole dancing professionally.
Wow.
She's a
Oh
pole
my God.
dancer, and she pulls off the sexiest dances. And
Wow.
she's a pea drinker.
that's
Amazing.
great stuff. Oh my gosh, we have so many amazing creative ideas flowing now.
Yeah. Love it.
You just need to get out more. Alexis.
So many new protocols to start. I'm getting my pole installed.
Didn't expect the pole dancing to be
Yeah.
on the protocol.
Perhaps, Tom, in your research, maybe we could come up with a new show, the Guinness Book of Pee Records, and
There you go.
we should create the Guinness Book of Pee Records, and we have all kinds of things being broken all the time.
Oh, it's too much, y'all. It's too much.
That's what I love about these classes. It's just I don't know, we're serious about what we're doing, but we have so much fun, and I don't want it to end. Just don't
I
ever
know.
want it to end.
Oh, it doesn't.
It's a
Vienna
beautiful
has
thing.
taken the lead.
Yeah, we'll
Vienna got
definitely
kicked off
stay
and
in
never
touch.
came back.
So, nose drinking. I have to get off of what you've been saying, guys. Okay, nose drinking.
Okay.
Breathe, brother. I haven't got a sign. Breathe.
Oh,
Right.
what
There
an
you
idea.
go. Your breath.
What an idea. Shivaya, Om Namah
Oh,
Shivaya.
you got brother all the clamps.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have endorphin rushes all
No, that
day.
was T Poo, not me, Alexis. That was the thought of T Poo upside down on a pole. Or inserting little droplets of orange.
Hold on, I need to contact her.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, y'all. Oh my goodness. It's too funny.
About pole dance. Pole dance is OLL or OLE?
OLE.
Oh, well,
Pole dance and nose drinking.
my
New
goodness.
protocols. New
That's
protocols.
right. New
Well,
book. New
I
book.
know she should pull it off because it'd be a great way to promote her pole dancing service. And for
Did you
private,
just have to make? Did you just have to make a note to reconnect with her brother?
it's too much.
That is
I get too many.
terrible.
I get too many hot ideas during the day. I have to make notes.
Oh gosh.
I just imagine her doing a promotional video for her pole dancing, but Alexis, it's got to be like a private dance.
Right. Well, yeah, that's
Of course it
gonna have
has.
to be. Gonna have to be pretty
We're
private.
going to
for
put
sure.
you on a Zoom call with T Poo, and she's going to give you a private pole dance.
Okay.
Oh, this is
Wow.
priceless. Okay.
My gosh.
I'm having a problem visualizing the pole dance protocol.
You need to have a visual, Tom. Is that what you're talking? You're leading up to that we need
you
to.
can get out more.
That's not what I meant. I mean, I really am struggling here, but I do
can
not
imagine
need.
it. I would love to give it a go.
What's that?
I would love to give it a go. I can imagine it. I can imagine just being upside down, like and just having, like I do with a headstand, but just doing it on a pole. I think it'd be amazing, and then spinning around.
You're trouble,
That is
Vienna.
hilarious.
You're trouble.
I am trouble.
And I love it. I love it.
We need to take you. There's a place in Vienna. I know you'll fall in love with it. It's called the Circus Center. They converted this old barn into a place where acrobats from around the country will come and hone their skills. So whether you're doing acrobatics from on high, or you're doing ropes, or you're doing whatever acrobats do, they meet there and rehearse so they can go out and join circuses and do acrobat shows.
Ooh.
Wow.
There you go, Vienna. Bring your
I don't like
own.
circus. I don't like circuses with animals in, because I think that's cruel.
No,
But circuses with acrobats is fine.
Yeah, it's right up your alley. You just have to bring your little squirt bottle and label it something else, and then
all the tools and the equipment. That's okay.
That's right.
yeah.
There. All right, Paige. Back
Wow.
to the subject at hand. No pun intended. Here we go. We kind of went over this, but we're just going to briefly go over it again real quick.
Wait, what page?
Page 94.
94. Okay.
Now, these are 3 different devices, and they all seem to have a different effect, but they all work. So whether you have a diffuser, essential oil diffuser, a nebulizer, a respirator, a humidifier, a mister, anything that holds water, you can replace it with the golden water and see how that works in your house, or works in a bathroom setting, or works under a tent. Some people may decide to just get under a plastic tent and create a little sauna atmosphere underneath the tent.
This is perfect. I didn't even think about this, but my son struggles with asthma, and I was just thinking about getting an air purifier for him, but really I just need to diffuse Orrin in his room. That's perfect. Okay.
Now, what's
do you know what I found the other day? Well, actually, my mum found it, and I couldn't believe it because it's years old, and I haven't got a nebulizer or anything like that. But it's like a little facial sauna.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I thought, wow, and like I couldn't believe it, because I was going to buy something, and now I'm going to try that. But that might not be a bad idea for him. Something like that.
Yeah.
Would he do it?
I think because he's not quite on board yet. My daughter.
Oh, so maybe the diffuser's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I'm
You
going
could
to try
put some
to.
essential oil in it as well, just in case, if you didn't like.
Yeah.
Just in case, yeah.
Well,
What some people are doing is they're getting these little like body-sized tents that you can get in and zip it up.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen them at festivals where people use that to go in as a changing room. But you go in, zip it up, put in a chair, diffuser,
Like
and
a sauna.
you're fully enclosed. Yeah, you create your mobile
I
sauna.
love that. What's that
Hot
called? That
box.
little tent?
Tom, what's it called?
I called it a hot boxing, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
yeah. Look it
It
up.
sounds good.
You might have to figure out what words to Google, but I'm sure you can find it.
Hotboxing, but different. I love that. I'm using that.
And it'd be great because you could have it either at your house or if you're traveling. Hint, hint. If you're traveling, you could have it folded down, open it up, put it next to your car, and get a battery-operated diffuser and do this outdoors.
Nice.
Oh, brother. I can only imagine what camping would be like with you.
It would be a pisser. Yeah, it'd be a
It would be a pisser.
Oh, goodness.
no telling. I'm not going to go out that far on that trail. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So that's why I brought all these up, because there's all different devices, and they all seem to lead back to the nebulizer for me, because what you're aiming for is the smallest size particulates, so they're vapor size and they're gaseous, so they can reach further into the sinuses, into the brain and through the skin. Then you want to look at how the device is, what it does to the water.
Yeah.
Because when it first hit the market, you only know what you know until you know more and you evolve and you understand what you didn't understand. Well, when the people got into essential oils at the time, all they knew was it takes essential oils and it turns it into some kind of diffused version of it, and it goes into the air. But we didn't know that it would evolve into, well, if you get a smaller size mesh that's built into it, it makes the water particles smaller and smaller.
Does it say that when you buy them? Like if you were buying one on Amazon, do they talk about the mesh? I mean, can you recommend one?
Well,
What's that one?
This is the one that I bought. And you can
Has
see
it got a number? Has it got a number? Because I'm going to get one.
it's got a number, but it doesn't have a manufacturer name.
Was that on Amazon?
This was on Amazon. The model is called M as in Mary, N as in Nancy, 01A, MN-01A.
Lovely.
All right, it costs $30, and it comes with both the adult size face cover and the child size face cover, and then it has a long tube which is a mouthpiece.
Okay, great. Thank you.
It holds about 1/4 of an ounce in the chamber.
Okay.
You
Is that battery operated?
Either battery or USB port. But you don't want to be carrying around a USB port plug unless you have a solar battery recharger.
I actually have one of those. I love my little solar
Isn't it wonderful?
thing. Yeah, it's awesome.
Do you use it, Alexis?
I do when I, am traveling or whatever. It's just I put it in my my car on the what do you call it?
Dash?
The dash, and let it charge up while I'm traveling, and then it, if I'm on the go a lot, I'm just plugging things into it. But it's worth the money. I mean, I think they're like $25 or $30 on Amazon. But if you're in a pinch and you need, you're out and you don't have any way to charge your devices, it's a great little device. It's very powerful.
Great.
I'll have to get the name of mine for you, but
Thank you.
yeah, I will.
So any one of these devices will work. Another reason to point them out is because some people already have all these devices and they don't have to go looking. But if you want to get the mesh nebulizer, this is like the next generation of them.
Yay.
Yeah.
And that takes us to page 97. And all these things that I've shown you before, like the model. This, by the way, is my 3-year-old power hitter. You have your dropper bottle, and you have a little spray bottle. then if you keep this with you, this will handle most situations that you might happen upon during your day, right? Particularly with the aged. What are you looking at, the bottle or the label?
I was looking at the label. What did the other one say?
This was going to be a novelty item. It's called Alexis. I know, sweetie, you got used to my puns and sense of humor. This one's called the Piss a Mister. It's a piss mister. Okay. And so this, I'm going to read what it has to say, but you go around your day, and I keep this in my backpack, or you can keep it in your glove box or your purse or wherever you keep things, right? So you find yourself in the middle of the day and your energy drops, or your brain starts to get clogged and fogged, and you're going, God, I don't want to go to bed and I want to keep going. Yeah, get a dropper full or two of this under your tongue. Or if you can snort it, whatever it takes. And your brain comes back online.
I can attest to that. That really does work. It's amazing.
Yeah, me too. I love it. I carry it everywhere I go. I've got that one.
Yeah.
And then I've got the spray. I'm going
You've got this.
Yay. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Can't wait to see this. Can't wait to see you doing a commercial on television.
Oh, it smells good.
In the future, we'll have foreign TV.
Yeah.
We'll be able to watch whatever we want.
Oh, that would be, yeah, that's a good idea. I love it.
It's a fun one. All right, page 97. We're going to read that and skip the injections since we went over the injections, and that takes us to Joseph Rogers. Okay, here goes. Dropper bottle or with evolving Orrin. Does your energy dip during the day? Here's a proven protocol that will energize and calm you. Keep a closed, dark, amber, or cobalt blue colored glass dropper bottle filled container in your purse or backpack or glove box, whatever. Gargle and swallow a dropper full or more anytime you need to increase your energy or regain clarity of mind. This can be a lifesaver during the day. I'll read that last part in just a minute. Another thing to keep in your car is a baggie full of cotton balls, a baggie and some cotton pads. Because if you want a quick snort up the nose and you're away from your house, this does it really quick. Soak this puppy up, put it in front of a nostril, and go for it. I'm a professional. I can say this. All right, so the last part there says, please use the Orrin Plus. Use the Orrin for emergency situations. Drop and rub it on cuts, scratches, stings, rashes, bites, and sunburns. No matter how mindful you are, no matter how much you think you're a conscious human being, you bump into things. Here comes a scratch, here comes a capillary burst, here comes a sting, things are happening, underneath your awareness, and boom, you got your medicine with you at all times. Isn't that
that's what's so freeing about this, is that it's with you always, and it's incredible.
Pretty amazing.
It is.
The amount of uses.
Yeah, amazing.
Do you hear them, like the powers that be, talking about fertilizer, like there being some
nutrient?
It's like, just like they're talking about we're at a lack of food and water, and now they're even talking about fertilizer. And they talk about ammonia and urea is what's needed. It's like we all have it. Like,
yeah, exactly. So crazy.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
And as we keep reintroducing into our body, and we are regrowing new cells and I'm just channeling right now, and we're regrowing new body parts, you are fertilizing your garden.
Right.
And knowing that you can rely on your water to cover you for nutritional needs, for hunger needs, for thirst, for dehydration, I'm not worried about food shortages.
Yeah.
All right. So neither should you guys.
No.
I will say, I've been a total glutton lately. I don't know what it is. I'm a Taurus, and maybe now the sun is in my sign. That's my excuse. But it doesn't matter. I've been buying good, healthy food pretty much, but I eat every bit that I buy. I don't know what my deal is. Doesn't matter.
I
Do
don't
you
think
have
you should
any-
give yourself a hard time about this, Tom. You're traveling a lot.
Yeah,
Are you
well,
drinking, are you
wait.
drinking plenty? Are you managing to drink enough of your Orine?
Oh, yeah, that's probably, yeah, I drink almost all of it.
That's
Actually.
great. I
Yeah.
think,
but-
I've got to be honest with you. I still, I do love food still as well. And I think I was quite a greedy person, a bit gluttonous before, because I was one of these. Maybe it's when you grow up hearing, and they don't mean it in a bad way, when your parents say to you, in other countries, children are starving and they don't
Oh,
have.
right.
Do you know what I mean? I think in his subconscious, it's like, oh, okay, so I've always got to finish my meal. And even as when we first started these classes, I'm sure Brother Sage said, it's true, we've forgotten that mechanism that we have that's automatic, that tells us that when we're full up, because we're watching TV and eating too quickly, not chewing properly. So I think, and I think when you're traveling, I don't like to go anywhere. I spend a lot of years traveling for work, traveling, all my jobs are far away, and it's really hard to look after yourself when you do. And like now, it does put me off, even though I know I've got my Orine with me. I love being where I know I can drink enough of it and I can eat the right food. And I think it is a bit more challenging when you are out on the road. Plus, you've got your little fur babies with you as well. So I don't think you should give yourself too much a hard time, because you're actually mindful of what's going on. So you're aware of it. Sorry, I feel like I'm just...
Right. I am aware of my gluttony for sure. But I'm just like, what is wrong with me? Why do I have to eat like all 8 apples that I just bought? I don't know, but...
Tom.
Well, at least it's not all 8, like, pom-poms or Twinkies or something. I mean, you're doing good there.
Or chips, or
Yeah.
Right. I did have a little chip incident recently, but for the most part, I don't do the chips.
Yeah, but I fell off the wagon too. I fell off the wagon at the weekend. Like my over here we have fish and chips. Your chips are not our chips are crisps in packets.
Right.
Yeah, chips are like real potato fried.
Oh.
From the fish and chip shop. That's fish and chip is a British thing. So they had fish and chips, and it smelled so good. I mean, it really smelled good. And I had a few chips. I did have a few chips. I caved, but not as much as I would have done before. I would have had a whole portion, and I would have ate it all like you. There would have been none left. On salt and vinegar and everything, and yet I didn't put hardly anything on it, and I had a handful. So for me, in my mind, it's like, you know what, okay, and it's the weekend, it's a little small, okay. So I don't think, give yourself a hard time. That's what I said to Alexis. I've done all that, beat myself up about things in the years gone by, and it doesn't help you.
Right.
It doesn't help you.
Tom.
Love yourself.
I've always been a skinny guy, so putting weight on me has always been, people tell you, you need to eat more. You need to,
I know,
so,
yeah, but you're sporty, you're active, it's your job, so it's not surprising, and that's your metabolism. It's how you are. We're not all the same. So yeah, don't worry about what other people say to you. You're absolutely beautiful as you are.
Well, thank you. I will. I'll listen to you, because I like.
Listen to me, because I know about these things.
Tom.
Yes.
I want you to also know that you're okay and you're lovable whether you eat or not.
That's right.
Eating should not be a determination of whether you're okay or whether you're lovable or whether you're doing your life right.
I agree. So I need to stop being so hard on myself, and maybe buy a few less items so I don't eat. Because I eat it all. Every bit of it.
You could do what I do as a minimalist. I don't know if guys will go this far. As I never have more than enough food for 3 days at a time.
Oh,
So
that's a good.
I'm not going to overeat, and then it keeps the food fresh.
Yeah, I try. I have a very similar
lifestyle
technique right now, but I just eat all 3 days that one day, and I have to go back. So I'm
All
on
right,
one
love
day
it.
at a time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
that's okay.
Burning a lot of calories.
There are people that will go to Tom's school of proper eating.
I just had to share that, you know, it's
Cool.
been like the last week has been gluttony all over the place.
Again, you just said that. Sorry, I know Brother Sage wants to carry on, but you just said that's the last week. Tomorrow is a new day, Tom.
Today's a
True.
new
True that,
Okay.
yes.
Forget about
Yes.
what's happened. It's done. And tomorrow, yeah, okay, I'll buy 3 apples and maybe eat 1. Might eat 2.
Yeah.
Cool.
As
It's
a
a great
fruitarian, I
week.
mean, as most
Three.
fruitarians will tell you.
Yeah.
Well,
Try this. I buy one of my favorite foods. It's in season big time right now in Boulder. It's Altufo Golden Honey Mangoes, and I'll go buy 15 to 20 at a time. Well, I give them away. I mean, I eat a lot of them, but it's just a joy to watch my clients light up when I hand them a mango.
Oh,
It
So-
sounds wonderful.
yeah, making me
wish I
hungry.
was there.
yeah.
yeah.
What was the name of that supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? What?
Altufo mango. It's also known as the yellow mango.
Is it a
The
honeydew
yellow.
in the UK? Maybe I think is it a honeydew mango? Not
Hun-
a
no,
mango,
it's not sweet.
melon.
Honeydew's a melon.
Oh, yeah,
it's a
okay.
green round melon.
So I don't know that. I've not heard of that mango. It sounds
All right.
nice. I love
I'll
mangoes.
type it in so you guys can go into mango world.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna get me some of those goggles too. I
Oh.
want some.
Oh, I love those goggles.
Oops,
Did I
I
show you my
misspelled
goggles?
it. Altufo.
Tom, I think you should wear those goggles while you eat your 15 apples
I may
take-
just do that.
and take
You
a
know?
video.
I probably will not video, unfortunately. But
Do a little multitasking where you like you're soaking your eyeballs in Orin while you're eating your 15 apples, and you've got some music in the background.
And
Sorry,
you're
I'm-
snorting it up
hopefully
your-
no peanut butter. Yeah.
Right.
Perfect.
I
Perfect.
bought these to go swimming in the sea because I've just moved here to go to swimming. I can't wait. But I'm
Open
going
it
to
up.
use it for Orin. I'm going to
Open
christen
it
it
up.
with my Orin
Wow.
first.
Vienna,
Oh,
Vienna, take it
yeah.
out of its case. Take it out of its case. Let's see. Is it blue lens?
Yes,
Look
these are
like it.
amazing. I
Can you-
tried them on because what it is, it's got like the UV thing to protect your eyes.
You could use
So
it as
when
a
you're
blue
out-
blocker in front of a screen. Can you use it in front of a screen like a blue blocker?
I don't know if you've opened that. You don't even know how to open it now.
I didn't open it. My brother opened it for me, and it's really
Oh,
easy. I told you I'm not technical.
If we
Oh, you
can't-
squeeze it. I
fun.
think you squeeze it.
if we can't tease each other, we're in trouble. So go ahead.
Oh, you know what? I feel ashamed of myself. I can't even open it. Ah.
Is
You
it
better drink
open
some
yet?
of your evolving orange so you can learn your superpower again.
This is
Exactly.
ridiculous.
Where's your
Because I have, like-
brother?
He's at work, love him. So yeah, he's brilliant, and he's going to say Vienna. Honestly, it's look at it. He's going to go. And it opens, but I thought you
Alright.
squeezed it.
There
I
you
can't open
go. It's got a secret latch, or you ask your dog to sick it. Sick. Bite it.
No, I can't do it. It's weird.
Okay, so these glasses, let me read about
Oh,
this
yeah.
dude- this dude right here. This is Joseph Rogers, who's got 3 aliases on the internet. When I met him, he's got 3
It's
aliases.
more than 3, brother.
Oh,
All,
well,
you
I
did
have-
was, all you had to do was twist that thing and it comes off. What I mean?
it's too
Yeah, they look
Okay.
amazing. Here, look.
Maybe I'll volunteer to be the Zoom leader. I don't think that Vienna.
I can't believe I'm doing this on Zoom.
Oh,
I'm
check
not sure
them
she'll be able to get
Wow.
us on.
Hey,
All right.
Oh,
We are-
very.
cool.
We are
Very
they're
fashionable.
amazing. Yes, I'm
I
going to
love it.
christen them with orange
Once
first.
I publish this on YouTube, Vienna, we're gonna be going viral. They'll be trending the goggles.
Can we have a little pee break?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
we're
need to
there.
replenish. I've run out.
We're there.
I
Go
have
get,
too.
go get some satisfaction.
Right, so I have
Yeah.
no idea, but
Who cares?
Sure.
You've got beautiful, soft, lustrous locks.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Tom? You've just reminded me of something, because like I've been doing that and I don't rinse it out ever.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
when I had to rinse it out one day, because I was going to get my hair cut and I thought, I can't go with it like this. I just can't. And I mean, when I rinsed it, you could really smell it coming out. You could smell it.
Really?
Really?
But after, you're right, you've reminded me, I don't rinse it out, but maybe now and then I should just rinse it out, because it was amazing.
Right.
Let
Right.
it filled up and then have a rinse. But I just don't like the idea of using tap water. That's what puts me
Yeah.
off.
I've been using the distilled for that.
Oh, do you use this? That's a good idea. I might do that. I
Get
like
out your
that.
distilled container and pour it over your head.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. And I use distilled water for everything else. So it's crazy that I didn't really think of that. It's just because my hair's so long. It's just like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see it like out.
I'm going to unloose it
Me
on the
too.
last class. I'm going to
I
let
think-
it out. I'm going to let it all
So
out.
they're gonna have a headstand that day too, right? It's gonna be interesting.
Yes. It's gonna be like a showboat.
best.
Vienna showboat last day.
I'm a show pony.
Get the-
Yeah,
Her
show
wild
pony.
lion's
Have to get a-
mane come out.
You have to get a pole installed.
And a pole as well. I'm going to really go for it. And I'm going to have my hair loose and get a pole. I'm really going to go for it. There's never
No
been a class
pressure,
like this
Vienna.
one, has there, brother?
This is a unique class, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
Yes.
Aw,
All
me neither.
right.
I'm so delighted I'm on this class, because I nearly went on the 2 other trainings before, but now I know why I was meant to be with you guys.
That's
Yeah.
right, girl. That's
And
right.
healing is
You
mutual.
saved the best to last.
Exactly.
So we have an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. If you want to have a non-recorded us time that talk about whatever, we can do that. If not, we're going to
Yeah,
go.
because we didn't do that last time. You didn't talk about the EpiPen.
All right.
I wanted to know
Oh,
that.
Shall I take off the recording and tell you now?
Okay, please.
Sure.
No, I think these are the best to have recorded or just regular conversation.
That's all right to say that one, Tom. That's okay to say that word.
That's okay. And
Yes.
we allow room for that. So we're on page 103. And since we started to talk about these cool goggles,
Yay.
let's read about them. Now, this protocol came to me in 2020. That's why it wasn't in the original book. And there's 8 different new protocols that showed up in my life during the writing of this book. And then the new ones, the face mask, this showed up at the hot springs 3 months ago. So new protocols are being discovered by you guys all the time.
That's great.
So this is George Johnson, a.k.a. Joseph Rogers, a.k.a. fill in the blank. It's a simple and fun protocol for healing the eyes. Much thanks to this brother for inventing the method. Fill up goggles with fresh Orrin. You could use evolving if you want. That's up to you. Use fresh Orrin for eyes washes is more comfortable, soothing, and less astringent on the eyes than using evolving Orrin. After filling the goggles with pee, press them against your eyes, feeling for the suction to feel just right, while adjusting them until you get it the way it feels right. Wear your water-filled goggles for approximately 10 minutes, give or take a few, blink occasionally, remove goggles, and rub any drippings on the face. Your eyes will feel fresh, new, and clear again. Rinsing with water is optional. So the challenge has always been for me, I don't know about you guys, is to see if I can keep my eyes open the entire time.
Yeah, I love that. I love that feeling that you get when you do your eyes. It's beautiful, isn't it? It makes your eyes feel, even if at the end of the day I'll try and just do a quick one before bed, and like tired eyes just feel invigorated, rejuvenated, refreshed. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yes, it
and
is.
any sore, tired eyes will appreciate it.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it.
I think I told y'all, but my mom just avoided surgery because she was
Yeah.
doing the eye wash. Yeah, it's so
Amazing.
powerful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Love
she did it for 10 days, and she had, I guess, before and after tests, and they were completely different. I mean, the after tests were, the surgeon's like, no, I don't know why you were even referred to me. You're fine. And the first test from her eye doctor was like, no, this is surgical. You need all this stuff removed, and all these cataracts are there, and 10 days worth of wash. It's incredible.
To think 10 days was all it took.
Yeah.
Consistent.
Just once a day. She was doing it just once a day, soaking her eyes. I mean, it's miraculous. And she's really not even that big of a UT person. She just did it because I told her, please try, try it before you go. And thankfully she did.
That must have blown her mind though. And it saved her from surgery. Wow.
Yeah, it definitely did. She's very grateful. So I'm super thankful I planted that seed for sure.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, thank you for your courage. Putting it out there. Tom? Okay, let's go on to page 104. We got an hour left. The tongue cleaner or tongue depressor, some people are using those that you see in the picture, and some are getting those metal ones with the little, the little teeth sort of on the end, and you can pull it over your tongue. You know about the ones that are horseshoe curved?
Yeah, I was brought up with that from a young age because my family are Indian.
So they're popular in India and other countries, and I've only seen a few here, but you can probably get them on eBay or Amazon.
They're great.
So without going into the big detail, the reading part of it, it's pretty self-explanatory. A lot of people wake up and they have film on their tongue. It could be white, it could be whatever color it is, and you want to scrape all that off, dip it in the Orrin, scrape it all off, and maybe right after that gargle and swallow.
Okay.
Let's see your tongue, Tom.
I'm a little more shy than you are, Brother Sage. I'm sorry.
I'm not here to out anybody.
I do use the scraper. I will tell you that.
Yeah.
Well, good. Then I don't have to pull it out. All right, we're going to the navel or belly button soak. Now, each one of these things is powerful in and of itself. I know some people just tend to focus on their favorite ones when they do protocols, but each one is designed to reach the maximum amount of nutrients in your body. And the belly button, we're going to go into that right now, so you get an appreciation for that. It's known as the pachadi. You're about to learn that word. Bottom page 105. Perhaps you may have thought, well, why would we want to put Orrin, same idea applies to essential oils, in and around the belly button? Our navel in India, it's known as nabhi, is an amazing gift that our Creator has given us. According to science, the first part that takes form after conception is the navel. After it's created, it joins the mother's placenta through the umbilical cord, page 106. There's a lovely picture. Our navel is surely an amazing thing. All our veins are connected to our navel, which makes it the focal point of our body. This is also our tan shen and our core. Why do you think they teach that in metaphysics?
Yeah.
The belly button is life itself. The pachadi, the bit that's left over after the umbilicus has been cut at birth, is behind the navel, which has more than 72,000 veins. Let that sink in.
Whoa.
I don't know how they measured it, so don't ask me.
Madness.
The total amount of blood vessels we have in our body is equal to double the circumference of the earth. That's another mind blower.
What?
I get these, I research, they show up, I don't go any deeper.
Wow.
It seems that in Ayurveda, the belly button is used as a portal to deliver nutrients or medicines into the body. Now we know that all humans have a belly button unless you were born with an umbilical hernia, which had to have it surgically repaired, leaving you without the navel. But not every mammal has belly buttons. The kangaroo, the platypuses don't have a belly button, but dolphins do. Not that you spend a lot of time looking at a dolphin's belly, but you could have it. Roll over. I just want to check.
Yeah.
Belly buttons accumulate a lot of bugs. Some say 2,400 different species have been lurking in the navel, and everyone's belly button bugs, that's a tongue twister, are a different composition. Navel lint is a gross mix of fibers, hair, and dead cell skins. When you're in the bath, like I was this morning, it's real easy to put some in your navel, right? Of course.
I use my little dropper.
You bring your dropper, you bring
Yeah.
your container, or guys, if you're a good aim, you just land it on your navel. I'm
Oh
glad I
my
can tell this
gosh.
kind of stuff in this group. All right. You may be wondering, how's the belly button so powerful? It's all about location, location, location. The belly button is near the center of your abdomen, around your gravity or center, also known as third chakra core or center. It sits over your intestines and major lymph nodes and blood vessels. And it's near your vagus nerve. You know that nerve, it starts up here and goes all the way down there. I lost my spot. Vagus nerve, which is responsible for the rest and digestive functions of the body. Unlike the rest of the abdomen, there's little or no muscle behind the navel, which makes it the perfect access point to your belly. The rest of the body connects to the belly button by facial trains that cross right near it. It's also the entry point for the major energy centers in your lower abdomen. Navels are very important reflexology points that stimulate the whole body. So, how can you harness the power of your belly button? We have known that to lower the temperature of babies, we put a cotton swab with alcohol in the navel. Now, we know, page 108, that Orin is healthier and safer, and you wouldn't put alcohol in your baby's belly anymore, will you?
No. God.
No. Yeah, that's part of the insanity that came to us from the 40s and 50s.
Oh,
Your navel can detect which veins have dried up, and by putting in Orin, these nerves open up. Applying Orin in the navel heals the dryness of the eyes, poor vision, pancreas heals, chapped lips, keeps the face bright, the hair healthier, knee pain, chills, lethargy, pain in the joints, and dry skin. So,
I have a question. Do you know of any stories, brother, of maybe women, mothers especially, who have used this method to heal some of the repercussions of childbirth on the skin that is connected to that area? I mean, because that's a trouble area for a lot of women, huh?
You're talking stretch marks?
Well, not just stretch marks, but like the stretching out. I mean, your skin gets stretched out there.
Yeah.
So I wondered if there have been any stories that you've heard of women who have been able to like pull all that stuff kind of back in from using this method.
that's a good question.
It is a good question, and I have a feeling they're out there. I haven't really looked deep enough for that, but I'm sure you can either go to some of the places where the testimonials are placed, or go to Shirley's Wellness Cafe, and she's got a whole lot of testimonies.
Alexis, sorry, I was going to say, if you think about what it does to the skin, like just for example on your face, like how it eliminates wrinkles and how it makes your skin firmer, I would say that would work. Like a saturation dosing in that area would well definitely be worth trying. I'd say I'd be surprised if it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's been working. Like my stretch marks are a lot lighter, way lighter than they ever used to be. But
closer together.
It's consistency that's the key. I just have to be consistent with it. And I'm going to start doing the belly button soaks again, because I think now understanding how many veins, I had no idea that we were still connected to that much from the navel right there. I know the vagus nerve is very important though. So yeah.
The navel soak's a great one. It's a great one.
Yeah, this is a good one. So I'll be guinea pig for the group for sure.
Good. And as soon as Vienna gets us all set up in our little get-togethers with Zooms or whatever, then we can have accountability with Alexis to make sure she's on it. She's on.
That's right. Exactly. Have you soaked your tummy?
Did you soak your tummy today?
Do you have is your button full? Is that button going?
You're pretty good with that accent there, Alexis.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I try. I'll be here all week, Tom.
Okay.
Beautiful. So I'm not going to read through these the different things, the different benefits from the belly button, but they're there for you to read whenever you get a chance. Pimples, acne, faces, bacteria, colds, flus, pains, kids, digestion problems, immunity, constipation, And there's partial list right there.
Oh, you know what, real quick? Yesterday, Sarah and I did our Wellness Wednesday live on Facebook. And one of the things that we talked about was menstrual. I know this is way too much, Tom, but putting a little bit of your menstrual blood in your belly button also eliminates not only the pain and the cramps, but the actual amount of bleeding that goes on.
Wow.
And it makes sense because we're drinking our blood plasma when we're drinking our urine. And I've run into multiple people lately, and so has she, talking about the benefits of also women's menstrual cycle and how that blood carries so many of these nutrients that urine does, and even more for women, that it's imperative to do some sort of like, you know, either soaking in the belly button, on your face, whatever, for all sorts of benefits. It's kind of amazing and a little bit weird for me to accept that, but when I think about it, it's the same as urine. It's like, okay, well, this is also our medicine. I don't think that we're, you know, as women, we're not supposed to be bleeding this amount of time. I think it's ridiculous. And I'm thankfully only a 3-day person, but a lot of women I know, they have their periods for 7 to 10 days.
I'll tell you what, I wish I'd known that because I was one of those, and it was hell.
Yeah.
It was a living hell, and going to work is painful. You just can't. So that's incredible to know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I must access your Wellness Wednesday Facebook page.
Oh yeah. I'll well, it's just on my regular, I just do lives with Sarah. She I join her on her lives, basically, is how it's going right now. But I'll friend request you on Facebook, and you can see all the ones we've done. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And we've had some
I watched one the other day with the astrology guy and health. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh yeah. That was one that I wasn't able to really participate much in. I think she just wanted me there for support, but that was a good one. And I think the one with Harry was our best interview so far. We really enjoyed that one. That was good.
Hey, I just have to ask this about Harry. I've been following him too, and you know how he has his hair pretty much everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Every single time, without fail, you know, right when he starts, he goes to mess with his hair, and I think he's gonna brush it out of his face or something, but he always goes the opposite direction and puts it in his face. And just, did you guys notice that? Is it just me? I don't know.
Yeah, he does do that. He does.
Every time.
Look.
I think he's gonna get it out. No, he puts it up and.
That's Harry.
Yeah, he's a trip.
He has his own style of doing Harry.
Yeah, I saw some video of him a couple of years ago. He looks pretty clean cut. Now he's got
short hair. Yeah.
Pretty funny.
That's what I'm going to be like in a couple of years. I'm going to have my hair everywhere.
Doing headstands and
We're looking forward to it. We're going to page 111. We're going to evolve our Orrin.
Oh, I do want to mention that Kate Stillman and Megan McDonald interview. They talk about a bunch of girly stuff in there. Maybe not exactly what y'all were talking about, but they
perfect. Do. Okay.
Yeah, I think you guys will like that.
Thank you, Tom.
That interview.
Thank you. Yes, I'll check that out for sure.
Some people will even go to the extent of telling you that any fluid that leaves the body came out of it, the temple called your body, and it's for your best interest. It's for your health.
Yeah.
And the person who taught me this was from the Water of Life, and he's giving a talk in front of everybody, and he starts crying. He got emotionally affected by it. He says, "I wouldn't waste any of my water." He's licking off his tears.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's the same approach for the menstrual blood.
Yeah. I believe it.
Makes sense. It really does.
Does make sense.
I'm not on the camp of the fecal implants. I haven't gone there, but you know, everything else seems pretty natural.
See that too. I mean, almost everything. like that just seems like it's fermented food now. I don't know. I mean, I'm not there either, but I don't believe anything anymore, you know? Like,
Me neither.
if it's supposed to be gross or some dude was supposed to be evil, I think it's probably the exact opposite of what we were told, you know?
Yeah, agreed.
That's ironic, isn't it? Okay, page 111.
Got it.
We got 45 minutes. Here we go. Keep in mind that the Orin contains information and memory in your perfect health or perfect cells. As the body's health becomes challenged or compromised, it does a system check or self-diagnostics to restore perfect health and balance. Imagine what we can learn from drinking evolving Orin. Here is another paradigm-shifting term to tickle your mind. The terms evolved and evolving have replaced the terms aged and aging previously used in describing, quote, maturing Orin, a term came from Monica. Evolution, by its very nature, is a continuum of growing, learning, and making discoveries. Orin, like humanity, evolves forever from the moment it arrives and is collected. Evolution is defined by Webster's dictionary as a process of gradual, peaceful, progressive change or development. Do the words aged and aging bring comfort to your mind or make you feel uncomfortable in your body? Aged and aging are words are often synonymous with loss of strength, health, and vitality. Often when we discuss aging, people think of images of old people who are sick, hurting, lose their memory, and are dying. This is why I flipped it around for the community to start using the word evolution and evolving.
Love that. Love it.
As a matter of fact, there was one student who was in the second of these courses. She says, if we're all pro-life and we're all about, raising our vibration, how can we use terms like antibacterial, anti-tumoral, antibiotic? And every time I use those words in conversation, I'd go, probiotic, probacteria. So, you get to play with your English language as much as you want. This explains why people feel disgust and taken back when it's suggested that they include drinking or applying aged Orin in their UT practices. And you're going to get feedback from the people you introduce this to, Vienna. You start bringing up the term aged urine, you can watch their body language. And that's your cues that maybe you need to change the word.
I don't like to use that for the same reason I don't like the PISS, because I know what the association is. It's like dirty, not clean. But as soon as you say evolving, it's like, wow, what is that? Yeah. It's like magical, Yeah. It just changed everything. So I've already thought about this, about the terminology that I'll be using. I'm going to implant these words in your mind. I'm going to brainwash you with these words. So that's my intention.
What do you think the response would be? It just dawned on me. What would your response be if you mentioned this to a non-pee drinker? Hey, did you know that urine evolves? That it has a power and a potency that increases as the days go on? And some people actually use that as a remedy.
Yes.
I'm constantly juggling the words around to see how to plan it in different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good way about it.
Try this when you're talking or writing about aged urine. Hey, Lisa, I'm so glad that you're getting results from drinking your fresh Orin. You may wish to try a more potent version of Orin. Brother Sage, the Shivambhu guru, says that evolving or evolved Orin is an evolutionary idea. According to his theory, every second your Orin is outside of your body and sits in a container, it is increasing in potency, Shakti, and frequency. All collected Orin comes already activated, immediately becomes enhanced and amplified, which is the evolutionary power of our water of life. Are you drinking common wine, or will you try the ultra-refined wine of goddesses and gods? The evolutionary Orin for the next generation. You may wish to start a client off slowly in making the change or transition to using evolving Orin. Any questions?
Do you know the rate of stem cell growth and kind of like the amount of time it takes to? I know it's pretty much right away, but do you know any of the sciencey numbers on how many stem cells are evolving per day or whatnot? Is there any science or tests of that nature, brother?
Well,
We need more. I know that.
they are out there,
Yeah.
and I could probably find them, but I keep hearing that there's trillions. I don't know how you could. I don't know how you measure
Yeah,
cells that are magnified, teeny. I don't know how you do that.
right. I got you.
What about that girl, Fiona?
Fiona, good memory. Yeah, well, she's working on a project right now for me. I think she might have already got it. I asked her, how can you prove that when you put Orin in your bath, that it raises the frequency of the water?
Yeah, I'd love to know that.
Because if
Oh,
we can determine that, then we can determine, well, what happens when you gargle with it
Yeah.
right,
and its ability
exactly.
to sterilize and neutralize anything. So I wanted that information so we can get that out to people going, well, I wouldn't bathe in my city water. I said, well, what if you urinate in your city water? It's no longer city water.
Yeah.
And
So
isn't it amazing how the body always wants to pee when it gets near water?
I know.
no,
I always want to.
Fascinating. Yeah. As soon as I get in the pool, as soon as I get in the ocean,
Yeah.
wherever it is. Yeah.
And the worst thing was, is you were taught, don't do it, hold it in, get out and go to the toilet. But no,
Right.
do it. Yeah, it's okay.
Maybe it's our body's way of saying you need to cleanse this
Yes.
water.
You need to alchemize it. That's right.
Yeah. Just like we can alchemize the chemtrails, we can alchemize the water we're in.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, we need some tests on that too.
I know we do.
Maybe
Definitely.
we just need to hire a research company that does all our research for us.
Exactly.
Have you guys seen the orgone donor?
Of
No.
Oregon?
Paul, I think his name's Paul, the orgone donor. Maybe it's not Paul.
What do you do?
Oh, well, it's very similar to, except that it's not with urine, but he just it's about putting these pipes into the ground. They're
Oh,
chem
Oregon.
busters. Yeah, Orgonite, exactly. So he calls himself the orgone donor. So he's just going around putting those down everywhere, like near
You guys know what that is? You guys know what
For
Oregon
5G.
is?
Yeah.
You guys know what
5G
Oregon is?
stuff.
Alexis?
I have studied it a little bit. I'm assuming that it's got a high frequency, like negative charge frequency, I'm assuming.
Let me pull one out.
What was his question to you?
Am I familiar with Oregon and its
Oh,
benefits? Yeah. I mean, I've seen a couple people talk on it. I've watched some YouTube videos on it, but I've never made one or ordered one. Do you have one, Tom?
I do not. I've watched so much on it too. Like even way back when I first started getting into the truth stuff. Wilhelm Reif, is that who it was?
Oh yeah.
Royal Rife?
Yeah.
Well, there's a guy who makes these. He's in Boulder. He's a student and friend of mine. And he brought over these in large, like 6-foot tubes. And he set them right outside the garden to affect the
wow.
energy of the whole property.
Wow.
And he went around town and he placed these in strategic places in town where the vibes were really low,
Right.
near government related things and anything
Exactly.
that was affecting the
I
energy
love
of the town.
that. Well, how do you spell that? Because I've not heard of that before.
All right, let's type this in
Please.
there.
Orgone.
Orgonite.
Okay, thank you.
And they're orgone generators.
Wow.
And what some people do is they carry them on their body to protect them from 5G and EMF frequencies. Some people have it in jewelry. Some people have it in their. I've got these in every corner of the
Where
house.
do you get them from? Where can you get them then?
Well, I keep meeting local people who make them and sell them at craft events.
Okay.
And I don't know what the prices are, but I have them in pyramid shaped and tube shaped and cone shaped. And just look around. You might find them either online or in person.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Tom.
that one guy I was referring to, and I'm sorry I can't remember his name, but he's like they've had amazing results it seems as though he's in Arizona now, I believe, and like they've had the most rain they've had. And,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh, so it affects the atmosphere.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so
really wish we knew the science behind that too. Do you know why Orgonite? Is it because of the charge that it carries? I'm not totally understanding the benefit of what.
Could
I mean,
be
I
the
think
charge, it could be the combination of the metals that he uses. I mean, you have a
Mm.
crystal that's wrapped in a copper coil,
Oh,
and you've
yeah.
got these
Right.
copper BBs through here, and each one he has different metals in it.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So it's more complicated than just a crystal.
Yeah, these are
Yeah.
little slivers of silver. They're
Wow.
Oh,
all
wow.
little curlicues.
I
Beautiful.
gotcha.
So
I'll have to
all-
look into
all
that
depends
more.
on who makes these things.
Hmm. You know what I love though is that most of the things that are beneficial are either free or next to free.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
That says a lot, doesn't it?
it really does. It's like
Like
get
our
back to KISS. Keep it simple.
our energy probably should be free, and our water and stuff that they're controlling us with.
Our water is free,
What's that?
Well, it is. You're right. Absolutely.
but everyone's been brainwashed thinking they need the other water that comes out the tap when they don't. In fact, that's
Right.
pointless.
Exactly. I had to put filters on all my showers because of that, so that if I am using it, I don't feel as bad about it. But
Good idea. I like that.
yeah, I have some shower filters on.
I'm gonna get
have to
some.
think about it when you're taking a shower. That's a brilliant idea.
Well, that's because I don't really get in the shower anymore.
And some people have a filter on their
But I
back.
like it because the other members of the household do, and I want to try and protect them as much until I've converted them.
They're not
into-
that expensive, maybe 25, 30 bucks. They're not bad.
It's worth it.
All right, we're going to move over past through Monica Schutz's article. You can read that when you get a chance. I did a little editing on her article to modernize it, but that's from Monica. She wrote
I
that.
love her. I
Yes,
love her.
yes,
She's
indeed.
wonderful.
Join me in a visualization of the two of us sharing a screen together.
Yay! Can't wait for that.
Absolutely. Yes.
There'll be a nonstop love fest, kind of like when she was on with Tuche. I mean, you could not take your eyes off the screen. These two are just like adoring each other. It was like incredible what they're sharing, and their hearts are open. It was playful. It was great.
Oh,
And they have Tuche has that recording somewhere.
awesome. Yeah, she just is a big beam of light and love, that girl.
She really is.
Yeah. Beautiful soul.
So that's her article, and she's ageless.
Yeah. I mean, the first time I saw her, I thought she was 14 years old.
I know, I did.
She was 40. I was like, wow.
She's
I thought
47.
she was like 16 or 17 years old. Yeah. It was
I'm like,
insane.
wow. Yeah.
And we all have that same ability to keep getting younger.
Yeah. Totally.
It's nice to be 27. God, it feels good. All right.
I'm 51 today, as a matter of fact.
Oh,
Going on what?
birthday.
Going on 30? Congratulations.
Wow. And you don't look your age at all. Wow.
No, I would never have said 50s at all.
Amazing.
No.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
I would have said
Celebrate
later,
your
I would have
birthday.
said maybe late 30s, 36, 37.
Yeah.
Well, that is very sweet of you.
Oh,
Easy.
you're welcome. It's true. That's what I seriously.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Enough of the mutual admiration.
Hey,
I love that.
stop.
Right? Stop.
All right, so I'm just gonna
I was talking about Brother Sage. Stop. Y'all keep
going. Yes.
tell me how young I look.
No, we couldn't do that, Brother Sage. He's all on his own. Thank God he's got his fur babies with him. He's on the road and it's his birthday today. Come on.
Exactly.
Congratulations. We'll get you a hug before we're gone. We'll hug you. It's
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
not a problem.
Thank you.
So I'm going to touch some of these subjects on the way over to page on the bath part. But on page 116, the statement "boiling urine is never a good idea." A lot of things that happen in the water community. People are finding their way. So you have some people going, it's okay to boil it because John Armstrong mentioned it, or someone says never boil it. I'm on that camp because I came from a raw food background where you don't want to damage the enzymes and the life force of your food. So why would you want to do it to your water, which is also food?
Right.
Yeah, I
But it's an
I
intuitive.
agree, but I
Yeah.
want some tests done. Dang
Yeah.
it.
I want
But
scientific
surely there's no
evidence.
dogma, no superstition, no anything.
Thank you.
So
Go right
it's
ahead.
an intuitive medicine. If you feel that, look what Pian did with it. She boiled it and the chemtrails.
Right.
So yeah, we have to be open-minded here.
Yeah, that
Yes.
was brilliant of hers. Page 117. Page 117. People ask the question, what's that white powder? What's that white floating stuff? What's that mushroom? Why is it this and why is it that? Well, you can go into great detail, or you can say these are stem cells. This is white blood cells. This is sediment that came from your body that's concentrated, and drink it.
I get so excited when I see all that said. I mean, it's amazing to think, God, I'm like, wow, look at it. I can't wait to drink that, put it up my nose. I can't wait to edible with it. And like before, I'd have been like pure disgust. What are you doing? Are you mad? But now I look at it and I think, wow, that looks amazing. I can't wait to try that.
Yeah, look what your body made for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's magic. It's a magic potion.
It really is.
It is.
You are so going to be
But
the life of the party, guys.
I feel like I'm having a
so much-
party today, to be honest with you. I'm having a
You what?
party. I'm having a party every day.
Yeah, that's the thing. You feel
Oh,
when you
my.
feel so good.
Every day. Okay, page 118. Does the H stuff really have an odor? That is when it converts from nitric acid to ammonia. It does evaporate. It's going through its changing process chemically, but it does evaporate. Particularly if you put it against the skin, the hair, or an organic surface, it changes the molecular structure and the smell goes away. So the people who are concerned about leaving it in their hair or their skin or anything about that eventually will evaporate. You're not
Yeah.
cursed. You're not cursed with the smell.
No.
Oh my God, it smells awful. All right, Orin Bath, page 120. I'm just going to go off script since we only have about 20 minutes here. All right, Orin Bath. How many have done an Orin Bath? Did you wait until you collected enough to fill up the whole tub, or you used what you had and put it in with the rest of the water?
Yeah.
Oh no,
I
never
put it
had
in with the rest.
yeah, I just put it in with the rest of the water.
Okay, good. Because a lot of people hear me talking about Orin Bath and going, I got to collect like 10 gallons, 8 gallons. I said, yeah, if you have the luxury to wait, yeah, go right ahead. But when you want to take a bath and all you have is a quart container, it's homeopathic, it's just a little diluted, it'll get the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels so good after though, it really does.
Yeah. Love
It
it.
does. So, or you can go out in the backyard and douse yourself with it and massage it on your body while you're laying out in the sun naked.
I'm going to. I've asked my brother. I want to get a barrel and I want to put it in the garden and I want to collect it and collect it and collect it and collect it and just leave it out there and just dip in it. Just go and do a dip like regularly. That would be amazing. And then it'll just be aging and aging. Put a lid on it. Just go. And can you imagine how good that's going to feel? Just immerse completely. Like
Wow. I love that, Vienna. That's a great idea.
I've asked him already. I said, look, can we get some sort of like oak barrel type thing so that we can
could
start with the lid on?
You could either that or galvanized cattle trough. If you go to some of these feed stores, because this is what's been used for years for water birthing of babies, that the mom, the dad, and the midwives would be in this tub inviting the baby to be born into water, from water into water.
Wow.
So you could get one of those things.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to do that. I just love the idea of that.
That's a great idea.
Well, there are plenty of videos circulating around of some of the people who have done that.
Wow.
So that some of them have posted pictures on Instagram and places. So you've already got a visual, then it's going to come true for you.
Yay.
Woo-hoo,
Can't wait.
rocking it out, rocking it out. So
It's like that Patch Adams. Remember that in Patch Adams where that lady said, "I've always wanted to swim in a big pool of noodles." Remember? You've always wanted to swim in a big vat of your urine. Right. I love it.
And now it's coming true. All right, we're on page 20.
All my dreams are coming true. Yay.
That's right. We're making stuff happen here. Manifesting.
It takes the term wet dreams to a whole nother level.
Don't start that. We did that last time. I was at the golden showers.
Well, we're going to have to get off camera because I remember asking Star if we could get together and do that. And I thought, I don't know if that was inappropriate or what.
It was.
Did I miss something?
You were there, but you weren't. You were in the void. There was a black screen. I think you were.
Right.
Were you listening?
Yeah. I was listening most of the time, but I missed some.
We went off. We just went. We're a very naughty class. This one, I think. We just gonna go off on a tangent.
Tom, you just gotta just stay tuned because we got a little jiggy that time. That was great.
Yes.
See, there's a little wiggle room when you talk about the golden shower. So now we turn.
Oh, wiggle room.
All right, skin conditions.
Oh goodness.
Skin conditions. I'm gonna read a little fast here because we got like 20 minutes. External application of orin to the skin allows hormones and nutrients to be reabsorbed by the body without being destroyed. Massaging with orin is therefore an important complementary component in orin therapy as it is directly absorbed, next page, in the tissues. Orin is ideal for health since it detoxifies the body, strengthens the immune system, calms the nervous system, helps reduce weight by aiding digestion and elimination, reduces inflammation, cleanses the urinary tract, reduces a headache if you drink 1 to 8 ounce cup or more first thing in the morning on the onset of a headache or migraine, and healing other conditions that you will soon know. Orin is best known as a drink, but there are dozens of useful ways to use it in your daily life. It is also one of the most effective natural ingredients for healthy skin and skin-related problems. The liver, by the way, is the organ responsible for the health or lack of health of the skin as well as the eyes. You might want to add that word. People having eye issues, they oftentimes have liver problems. So that's when you want to do a compress on their liver and stimulate the liver reflexology point in the feet.
Okay.
Combining drinking pea with topical applications restores liver and skin health. Urea, found in orin, is one of the main ingredients and used in creams, peels, lotions, basically the beauty care industry. These can significantly improve the health of the skin, the hair, the teeth, the nails, and overall surface of the body. Applying fresh orin on the skin before bedtime makes the face look healthier and younger. Use a cotton ball, washcloth, or hand. Apply it on your face, and in the morning, you'll notice incredible results. Soon, you stop using face cream or any unnatural facial products, right?
I used to spend hundreds of pounds on creams. I don't spend any now. I just don't spend any. It's wonderful. And people say to me, "Oh, you look amazing." Like, yeah, there you go. And you spend £100 on a small jar.
Yes,
Yeah.
and with all that money you saved, you can buy fancy goblets so you can drink your oil.
Exactly.
There we go. Pea is a natural product that darkens, around page 123. That darkens, restores hair color, make it thicker and shinier. Many report that their hair looks better than when they were younger. Orin improves and nourishes the hair and scalp. My hair is getting darker, and I'm going to be 68 next month. So, guys, there's some hope for you. I don't age, but just that's the number. To do this, massage orin thoroughly into your hair. This trick will have a greater effect if you apply it to the hair shortly before going out to the intense sunlight. Leave it on as long as possible. If you decide to, you can wash it again. UT is a wonderful remedy for facial skin problems like blackheads, dark spots, pigment spots, dried or cracked skin, acne, and capillary bursts. Dabbing on with a soaked cotton ball, washcloth, or hand heals skin problems. Simply applying a little bit of your Orrin is enough. Applying directly to the affected areas, leave it on for 10 minutes, then either wash with water or leave it to dry. No residue or odor will remain. Reminder, applying Orrin on the face or any skin surface will deliver its vital nutrients, next page, from the tissues to the bloodstream. Anywhere you apply Orrin in the body or drink it delivers nutrients everywhere in the body. So for all the people say, I won't drink it, but you know they just did because they put it on their skin, but they didn't realize that, you can tell them or not tell them. Oh, you soaked your feet in it? You did drink it.
Yep, that's right.
To a cold atmosphere, the lips may dry out. To treat dried, infected, or chapped lips, apply Orrin to the lips anytime or before bedtime to further increase hydration and heal. This will remove dead cells while it makes your lips soft and tender. AUT eliminates blackheads and pimples. Teenagers love it. Orrin treats acne and blackheads on the face. Its antifungal, antibacterial characteristics help solve problems that disturb you, make you feel self-conscious or embarrassed. This will really help your 16-year-olds if you got any that are dealing with pimples. God, I wish we had this back then.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Soak a cotton ball in the freshly collected Shivambhu. Apply it to any skin surfaces with pimples. Topical external use of Orrin works wonders on insect or ant bites, wasps, horned bee stings, jellyfish stings, poison ivy, poison oak, burns, sunburn, eczema, bruises, dried or cracked skin, cuts, scratches, or wounds. Use your imagination and intuition when applying Orrin topically to treat any and all skin conditions. Been in the sun too long? Don't worry. Orrin removes sunburn sting in 10 minutes, page 125, as it quickly raises the alkaline pH, which in chemistry is the value, a concentration of hydrogen ion of the skin and body. Apply Orrin to any skin surfaces exposed to the sun after sunbathing. Within minutes, the sting is unnoticeable, and a beautiful tan will be your reward for treating sunburn with Orrin. Apply Orrin 2 more times during the next 24 hours to aid nourishment to the skin and body. You'll be left with a lovely tan and no discomfort from any excess sun exposure. So if you want to be a sun lover, you don't have to be afraid of it anymore.
I love the sun.
See, to me, that alone is priceless.
Yep.
Because so many people are so afraid of the sun, and you just like solved a huge problem that we go through. You know, it's a big time benefit for sure. Because I lived in Florida. I was in Florida for 8 years dealing with sunburns all the time, not aware of that I had my healing mechanism right here in my, you know, it's like, I really wish I could.
My share of sunbathing naked, like we're going to do next weekend at Valley View Hot Springs.
Oh, yeah.
And after being in the sun all day, for 4 solid hours, everything is burnt. So it's nice to have a remedy.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, the imagery, Brother Sage, the imagery.
I love you too. This is a great group. All right, we're going to finish up with the Orrin compresses, and then we'll leave it open for a little discussion here. Page 125, number 19. Orrin compresses and body wraps are effective in treating diseased body parts and internal organs, skin conditions, wounds. These work miracles quickly when treating a 3rd-degree burn. You may have to leave a compress on and keep it moist for 3 days to give the body a chance to grow a new layer of skin. The open or swollen skin over the blister should be left alone, guys. Don't puncture it, since this protects the area, serving as a temporary band-aid for the new layer of skin growing under the blister. Refill the compress when it becomes dry and replace it as often as needed. And I was one of those kids who would pick at the scab going, I wonder if it's done. I wonder if I need to have this. And it'd bleed. I'm going, no, leave it alone.
Yep.
We're getting to learn our bodies again. All right. Any questions or comments about what we discussed in class today?
Well, because I've never, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I have a question. Well, I don't know if you know. See, when reading the books I've read and just through discussions, I hear that urine therapy works for pretty much everything except for maybe structural damage. Aw.
I know. My cat's like coming in and will not leave me alone.
Sweet.
Structural damage. You're talking about skeletal.
Well, yeah.
You mean broken bones?
Yeah, you know, I had an incident at the end of February, and I'll save you the story. But my rotator cuff, I think, has been torn again for the second time, and I will not go have surgery or even go to a doctor for that matter. I'm just not going to do it. So, you know, the thing was, if you tear a ligament, you know, it's not going to heal back. But I don't necessarily believe that anymore. So I'm hoping that somehow my rotator cuff might heal.
Yes.
What about saturation dosing on that area?
What's that?
Saturation dosing on the area.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
day, religiously.
And compresses. And there's various other things, but you got to remember that ligaments, tendons, fascia, vertebrae,
Not much blood
irises,
flow.
everything is cells.
Right.
Right? So the stem cells, they know how to form the cells that are specifically required for rotor cuff or anything. We're the ones that came up with the idea that, well, maybe it won't work on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point. It's not an easy area, I will say, especially by myself, like to wrap a compress on my shoulder, but
Tom, there are no incurable diseases, only what you think you can't heal.
right.
Shivambhu,
That's right.
Amen.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, go for it. Come on, because you're in that hotel room now, wherever you are, and you've got time to do it. I'm sure there's a bit of time in between eating your apples and stroking your fur babies.
Yeah.
In, like a compress or something like that. Come on, like you're the scientist here of the group. So
Right.
Yeah, right.
start experimenting, and then we can, like, you know, we can get some feedback from you.
Well, I tell you, I do have a fast coming on. I know it, and I know Alexis. I heard you talk about fasting in the last one, but I do want to do a fast here. I wonder if that might help if I just let my body stop working on breaking down apples and
That's a
maybe
brilliant
go
idea.
get
And
into
the compresses together. Do the
right.
and the compresses. Yeah, I mean, wow, it's worth a try.
It really
Sure.
is.
Sure.
And honestly, Tom, you don't have to do much, but just soak a washcloth or something in your water and just lay it over there while you're reading or something. You don't have to get too complicated with it.
Yeah, I had cut off a t-shirt kind of just so it'll fit right over my shoulder.
There you go.
I have done that a little bit.
Yeah.
I just did that at the beginning. I haven't been doing it lately.
Plus you're
So,
in a hotel. Plus you're in a hotel or motel?
Well, heck, I'm actually I'm in a hotel, but when I'm at home, my goodness, I'm even more free, you know.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I can do
in a
whatever.
way you can cut loose, and in that room you can do whatever you want.
That's true. True that. That is true.
Experiment. And when I was at the hotel at the hot springs, I would come out of the bath and still soaking, lay on the bed and wrap myself up while it was still soaked in me, because I know I'm not cleaning up the room. It didn't matter.
I bet they loved you there.
I'm sure they'll welcome me back, but you have a lot of liberty in that situation, like at your house.
Yeah, right. True. Okay, well, I will start working on that.
Yay.
It was Boonville, Arkansas police that did that to my shoulder, by the way.
Oh no.
Yeah, just because I would do things differently if I had it to do over again, but I just didn't want to give up my ID, even though I was totally clear with it. It's just, I was just frustrated because of the deception in this world and the policies that he's trying to enforce. Because, yeah. So I paid the price, got slammed on the ground, cracked my ribs, tore my rotator cuff.
Wow.
And then I had to pay $700 so I could take care of my dog and cat and not sit in jail.
Tom,
Oh, no.
Yeah, and it was all for not it was my inspection, just because I haven't been able to change my license plate. So I had the correct one in my car, but never
was
got
the
to that point.
principal.
Oh,
Yeah.
just because, I was just in a mood, and I was like, I'm legal to travel, dude. Why are you pulling me over? Your stupid policy. Yeah, he
that's
didn't.
authority
he didn't-
exercising. It's
Oh yeah.
ugly, isn't it? It's an ugly, ugly thing. We have the same thing over